keep them separated. Separated.
Hey! Man, you're disrespecting me! Take him out!
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey! Don't pay no mind! We're under 18 and won't be doing any time! Hey! Come out and play! By the time you hear the siren, it's already too late. One goes to the morgue and the other to jail. One guy's wasted and the other's a waste. It goes out the same as 1,000 before. No one's getting water, no one's turning the score. There never any free of death and violence and hate. It's gonna tie your old rope, tie your old rope, tie your old. Hey! Man, you're disrespecting me. Take him out.
Gotta keep them separated.
Hey! Man, you're talking back to me. Take him out.
Gotta keep them separated.
Hey! Don't pay no mind. You're under 18. You won't be doing any time. Hey! Come out and play. It goes out the same as 1,000 before. No one's getting smarter, no one's learning to score. You're never in this free of death and violence and hate. He's gonna tie your old rope, tie your old rope, tie your old. Hey! Man, you're talking back to me. Take him out.
Gotta keep them separated.
Hey! Man, you're disrespecting me. Take him out.
Gotta keep them separated.
Hey! Don't pay no mind. You're under 18. You won't be doing any time. Hey! Come out and play.
Are you ready for some Potters baseball? Potters Baseball brought to you by Stones Broadcast Networks. And now for the play-by-play, here is Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California. On a lovely evening, I am Mark the Phantom Lowe. That is Evan the Engineer. That's Luke Stoutwalker. Max is over there. So is JPL. Willie Preston is doing the PA as usual. And now you're all set up for the game. It is the Lincoln Potters and the West Coast Kings, the second of a three-game series. The Kings fell to the Potters last night by a score of 13-2. Tonight it'll be different, though, because tonight's Harry Potter night. And there's spells already going around. There's stuff happening. Harry Potter is actually here. I know that Luke Stoutwalker a couple of days ago was mocking him, saying, is Harry ever going to show up to one of these? Harry is here tonight. Hagrid is here tonight. And he's already making me mad. I'm already mad at Hagrid. Hermione, I believe that was Hermione, is here tonight. Professor McGonagall is here. And we have a fan who's dressed up. I think he's supposed to be Dumbledore. He might look better than the other four. I mean, he looks really good. I really like him. I'm going to go see if I can get him for an interview. I know he may not do the interviews in character, though. So tonight is Harry Potter night. Also tonight is the second game of the series. And the Potters, well, talked about it a little bit last night. The Potters are now at 9-8 in the conference. Puts them in fourth place. They are chasing the Medford Rogues and the Humboldt Crabs, who are in second and third place, respectively, behind the Healdsburg Prune Packers. And the Potters have about 3 games to make up on the Crabs and the Rogues. They've got the Rogues for 2 games next weekend, and kind of those are must-wins after losing 3 to Memphis. Memphis, that would be a tough road trip. Medford last week, they have 2 left with the Healdsburg Prune Packers, 1 home and 1 away. So Potters need to kind of win out here to get a chance to make the playoffs here in the PEL, and they'll have the left-hander Cooper Carlton on the mound, and I will apologize right now to Cooper and his family because he has what I call a name palindrome, which means it sounds the same forward and backwards. If you say Cooper Carlton or Carlton Cooper, it sounds right. So I would say it. I would not even notice that I was saying, like if I said Luke Stoutwalker and I said Stoutwalker Luke, that makes, to me, I'd be, whoa, that's incongruous. That wouldn't work. But Cooper Carlton, Carlton Cooper, either way. And that's not the way it should be. You should call a guy by his correct name, his, as they say, God-given name. And I believe that is Cooper Carlton. See, I did it already. So there you go. Anyway, the left-hander, who pitched on the 4th of July, gave up 1 hit, no runs, struck out 3 and walked 2 in a game against these same West Coast Kings, which was won by the Potters, will take the mound. In the batting order he will face, Evan the Engineer. The batting order that he will face is going to start off with Blake Porter, who had a home run last night, then Miles Clayton and E.J. Cord. Caleb Hendricks back in the lineup tonight. Colin Johnston, the newcomer. Ryan Hubbard batting 6th. Miyamoto, Vogt, and Hui will round out the lineup. Ryan Gierke is the pitcher for the Kings, and we are underway as Carlton delivers, and it is a ball, 1-0. Blake Porter out of USF hitting .358, has 5 home runs and 8 runs batted in, had a home run last night, and had 2 RBIs the first game of the season series against the Potters, so he has been very successful against Lincoln. Right-handed hitter playing shortstop tonight, and Carlton delivers it high for a ball. 2-0. So 3 for 6, 3 runs batted in for Blake Porter in the season series against the Potters, which will continue tomorrow, and then the last game of the season, 2 weeks from tonight, will be the 5th game against the West Coast Kings. 2-0 coming up to Porter. Swing and a miss. 88 from Carlton. 2 balls and 1 strike. Potters got 3 3-run homers last night, 2 from Perrin Bland, 1 from Shane Miller to knock off the Kings 13-2. Drew Brown, another great pitching performance, his 2nd in a row in PEL play. He got the win. 2-1 pitch on the way. That's popped up right side. It is out of play. So from 2-0 to 2-2 here. Kind of a very sedate Saturday night crowd. A lot of activity at the Fat Cat. A lot of activity from the interns at Sabores, New Mexico, as the burritos were flowing. We got some chips, homemade chips from the parking lot Potters. TJ, I think, did the honors. Got some ceviche, too. So we got stuff flying all over the place here today. And there are drink specials galore in honor of Harry Potter, and I don't even understand any of them. 2-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. I told you he did. He punched out by the first base umpire, and Porter is out on strikes for the first out of the game. And that will bring up Miles Clayton. The center fielder out of Santa Rosa Junior College is Miles Clayton. He's hitting .222 on the season. 4 home runs, though, and he's 2 for 8 in the season series against the Potters. Miles was 0 for 3 last night. A couple of flyouts to center field and a ground ball back to the pitcher. Left-handed hitter against the left-hander Carlton, who puts up a breaking pitch, and it's outside. 1-0. E.J. Cord, the Sierra College product, is on deck, batting third today for West Coast, and he is their second baseman. Bright sunshine over most of the field, affecting just about every position. That's lifted foul down the left field line. Grassy Knoll, pretty well populated down there. I think people just find that a fine place to watch a game. Might get a couple of foul balls. You got to stay alert if you're down there, and it's just a warning to you if you come out, which we hope you do. Only a couple of weeks left. Ball games out here in the 2026 summer season. Tomorrow is your next chance. 6:05. It's a Sunday, so it's a 6:05. That's hit foul again right over the grassy knoll. A couple of bystanders walking by and almost made a catch, but it rolls out into the park for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of sports activity around the globe today. We've got UFC, we've got obviously World Cup, and we've got Lincoln Potters. So how can you choose? How do you choose? How indeed? 2-2. Miles Clayton, 11 runs batted in with those 4 home runs. Hit out short right center field, coming on, moving over, and making a nice running catch is the center fielder, Chris Fisher, which reminds me what I forgot, which makes sense in a way. Evan, let's put up that defensive alignment for your Lincoln Potters. Chris Fisher with a nice catch in center. He's got Ethan Groves on one side and Aiden Diom on the other. Ian Guanzon is at third, Shane Miller at short, Perrin Bland back at second, and Jordy Lopez has moved into first with Kyle Pedersen behind the plate and Cooper Carlton on the mound. So a nice play by Fisher to Rob Clayton. Again, he hits it to center field, and a good play, takes a hit away. And here is E.J. Cord, hitting at .322, 3 for 7 in the season series against the Potters, and 1 for 3 last night. Check swing, it's a little bit too high. 1 ball and no strikes. Caleb Hendricks will follow him. Then Colin Johnson batting 5th. Ryan Hubbard hits 6th. Miyamoto, Vogt, and Huey, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for West Coast tonight. They are 17 and 14 on the year, 8 and 10 in PEL play as that breaking ball misses outside. Potters improved to 9 and 8 with yesterday's win, and I believe 26 and 9 overall. Here's a 2-0. And he catches the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. So the Potters have a game tomorrow against these West Coast Kings. They're off Monday, then they visit the Mudcats on Tuesday. So they go on the road, back here for the Mudcats on Wednesday. And on the 17th and 18th, it's Friday and Saturday, that's the Medford Rogues. Swing and a miss. Saturday, next Saturday, the 18th, is the last fireworks night of the season and Star Wars night. So if we get the Star Wars representation we're getting for Harry Potter tonight, I think it'll be a good night. 2-2 now. 2 outs here in the first. Cooper Carlton out of Whitney High School. delivers high, and EJ lays off it. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. I guess the most, I don't know if it's the most outstanding Harry Potter themed food item tonight, but it's the kettle corn that down at Fat Cat, they do great kettle corn. It's the butterbeer kettle corn, and Willie already swears by it. Of course, he loves all their special flavors, their commemorative flavors, but he loves this one too. That one is ball 4. So Card gets the base on balls, as that one misses a little bit low. In his last outing, as we said, Carlton had a pair of walks and 3 strikeouts. Did not allow a run, but we have Caleb Hendricks coming up. Caleb, the catcher last time, playing first tonight. Caleb out of Cal State Bakersfield, I believe. Yeah, Bakersfield. He's hitting .333 with a pair of home runs. 1 for 4 in this season series. Carlton to the plate. Popped up right side. First base, Jordy Lopez goes back. Bland comes over, and Bland will call him off and make the catch. Good play by Perrin Bland in the first inning. Good job by the left-hander Carlton. The end of a half inning, it's the Kings nothing. The Potters going to bat.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Bottom of inning number 1. Potters will send up Jordy Lopez, Ethan Groves, and Ty McGraw against the left-hander Ryan Gerke, who's thrown 7 innings on the season, 11 hits, 7 runs, with the pair of strikeouts. Left-hander against left-hander, Lopez at .465. And Gerke goes into the stretch, delivers, and it's chopped over his head. The shortstop Porter cuts across, guns it to first. It's a nice play by Blake Porter at short, and Jordy Lopez is retired. And Ethan Groves is the hitter. Defensively, it's Huey in left, and Clayton in center, and Hubbard in right. Johnston, Colin Johnston at third base. We mentioned Porter at short, E.J. Cord at second, Caleb Hendricks over at first. Wyatt Miyamoto is behind the plate, and on the mound is Ryan Gerke. Ryan comes to us from, let's take a look here, Embry-Riddle University. Okay, that's a new one on me. So 1 out, and here's Groves. Ethan's at .318, and he'll take a strike. Gerke delivers it on the inside corner. Three left-handed hitters to get the Potters started here in the bottom of the first. And that is a ball, 1-1. After Ty McGraw, Shane Miller batting fourth at the shortstop, then Perrin Bland and Aiden Dion. That's 4, 5, and 6. Kyle Pedersen in Guanzon and Chris Fisher are 7, 8, and 9. And, of course, Cooper Carlton on the mound. That was a breaking pitch, and it's down low again. So it's 2-1 on Ethan out of Elk Grove, California, and Sacramento City College. The Panthers. There's the Harry Potter people. Hagrid's a big dude. That is ball 3. Followed by McGonagall, and that's Harry. I don't know why Harry's not walking first. I guess Hagrid is like his security guy. And then Hermione just kind of bringing up the rear, just going Levioso and all that kind of stuff to people. That is a fastball in there for a call strike. Right on the top of the strike zone in the inside corner. Good location by Gerke for the second strike. So it's 3-2 now to Ethan Groves, who thought he had himself a base on balls and was mistaken. Breaking ball, and that is ball 4, but it did not miss by much. Almost found its way back in there, but it is the base on balls. Groves will go down to first, and Ty McGraw will be the hitter. Looks like a matter of managing the different speeds that Gerke's throwing here, as that one was at 69 miles an hour. He was up at 82 with the fastball. So Ty is at 308 now with 4 home runs, and he has driven in 14, had one of them last night. He is coming to us from Gardendale, Alabama. He goes to Troy University. They're the Trojans. Ty's going to hit that one out to left center. If Huey's going after it, he won't get it. It's against the wall. Around third, scoring easily will be Groves, and Ty's going to motor into second base with an RBI double. The Potters are on the board, and they lead at 1-0. Ty picks up RBI number 15. First hit of the game for the Potters, first run of the game for the Potters, and another left-handed hitter, Shane Miller, who has been on fire lately after a slow start to the summer. He's hitting .350. 3 home runs, including one last night, and 16 runs batted in. Playing shortstop, he hails from Gilbert, Arizona, and goes to the University of New Mexico. And he's up here with McGraw at second and 1 out here in the first inning. Perrin Bland waits on deck. Thinking about throwing back to second, but Ty McGraw's the only one on second, so probably not a good idea for Gerke to let that one fly. So we'll try it again to Shane Miller. Slightly open stance from the left side against the left-hander. And that fastball is a little outside. A little bit low, a little bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes. McGraw with a decent lead at second base. And that's inside. 2-0 to Shane Miller. Played third, played second. Now he is at shortstop for the second straight night. So 2-0, McGraw getting off the outfield is straightaway and deep for Shane. And he takes the strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Gerke breaking ball. Settles in for the call to make it 2-1. McGraw took one of the off-speed pitches and took it the other way and was very successful with that double. Miller takes a fastball. That's a good pitch, a good location right on the outside corner at 81. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Shane. Piper the Peacock hanging out. Got the Super Soaker. That's part of his bit now. Super Soaker is always in his hands. Shane hits it sharply at the first baseman. Nice play over there. Rushes to the bag. That's Caleb Hendricks, and he dove in there, and Shane beat it out. Caleb Hendricks with a bravura play over there to make the catch, and then he had nobody to flip it to, so he tried to do it himself, and Miller beats it out. Moving to third is McGraw. Hendricks almost got the out. He definitely saved a run. Second hit of the inning, and now here's Perrin Bland, and lately he really likes coming up with two guys on base. He did it last night twice, and both times he hit it out of here, once to left and once to right. I think it was 376 to left and 356 to right. But it ended up being 6 runs batted in and helped his resume for player of the game immeasurably. There he goes. He got picked off. They'll throw it to second base and tag, and he is out at second base. So a nice pickoff move by Gerke and a nice throw by Hendricks to Porter to put the tag on Shane Miller. Big out right there for the Kings, the second one of the inning. And Shane, he was just going. He knew he was going. First move he was going. Unfortunately, they knew he was going too. So Bland now with just the runner at third base. Breaking balls hit high in the air to center field. Clayton goes back. He's got room at the warning track and makes the catch. Even when Bland makes it out, it's highly entertaining. The Potters score once. We go to the second. They lead 1-0.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Buy a personalized brick for you, your loved ones, or your business, and show everyone your commitment to Lincoln baseball. Framed and engraved by our own Lincoln High Ag program students, your brick will be featured on unique movable brick walls. Find your name in the stadium entrance for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. Then visit your brick in its permanent home inside the stadium. Bricks can be purchased here for $250. Get it now at friendsofmcbean.org.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of Five Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're Five Star Bank. How can we help you?
Hi, Bill Evans, president of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in our store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members.
Colin Johnston, the first hitter here in the second inning out of Allen Hancock College. He will lead it off against Cooper Carlson, followed by Ryan Hubbard and Wyatt Miyamoto. Johnston, I believe this might be his first game. He doesn't have any registered at-bats or any stats with the West Coast Kings. Right-handed hitter. Fouls it off. West Coast Kings not wearing the traditional yellow jerseys. They've got that gray with the yellow numbers. It looks pretty sharp, I got to say. It's a good call by the West Coast Kings. A nice color scheme there. And it's 0-1 on the third baseman, Colin Johnston. That one, a good-looking pitch on the outside corner, and it's called thusly 0-2. So it's quickly 0-2 on the third baseman. Check swing a little bit too high. 88 from Cooper Carlton, the young man out of Whitney High School. Has an early commitment to UCSB. But still time before he goes there. 1-2 to Johnston. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch. Pulled the string and got the call for the third out, or for the third strike in the first out. Second strikeout for Cooper Carlton, and brings up Ryan Hubbard. Hubbard, 429 on the season, 1 for 3 last night, and he is today's Dueling Dogs batter. So if he strikes out, which he did twice yesterday, it'll be half off Dueling Dogs for the nice fans that are out here, very quiet, very much behaving themselves. But I have noticed they have been making a lot of trips down to the Brick and Barrel Backyard Bar and Grill to visit with Curtis, our beer man. And I salute the fans for that. I just want to make it a little bit more economical for them to do that. So if we can get a strikeout here, that would work too. 1-0 pitch coming up to Hubbard. Pops it up. Right fielder coming in, still coming in, and that is Aiden Diome, and he will make the catch. So no strikeout, but an out from Cooper Carlton. And with 2 outs, it'll be Wyatt Miyamoto. Wyatt from Whitman College, 282 on the year, 1 for 3 in the first game these two teams played on the 4th of July. He has 4 home runs on the season, 6 runs batted in, who said out of Whitman College, who I thought were going to be the Poets, but I think they were the Blues, the Whitman College Blues. Which if that's the Blues, playing the Blues, okay, I'll go with that. Line down the left field line. It's going to be a foul ball. Boy, that ball was hit hard. Talking about the Harry Potter themed drinks, I guess Papa's Coffee has a butter brewed dirty soda that Willie has already tried, and so has, I think, Evan tried it. And I think Evan has been very alert the last 2 innings, so that has been really good. I have approved of that. And we already talked about the Butterbeer Mystery Caramel Corn out of Fat Cats. So they're honoring Harry Potter each in their own way. Outside for a ball. 1-1. Next Friday against the Medford Rogues is Christmas in July. Snow globes to the first 500. And what else on July 17th do you want than a snow globe? I mean, perfect, right? Swing and a miss. Nice pitch right there, a slider. 1-2. Then on Saturday, as we mentioned, the final fireworks game of the season, and it's also Star Wars night. So big night. If you want to come out that night, and well, you should, you want to hit up LincolnPotters.com and get yourself some tickets, get the ticket information. If you can't make it to Star Wars, if it's sold out, come to Christmas in July. And the last night of the season, 2 weeks from tonight, will be the same opposition. That's hit pretty well to left field, but coming on in is Groves, and he will make the catch coming in. So good inning again for Cooper Carlton. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the second. Potters lead this one 1-0.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old man knocked on my front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had 'em by the collar,
Bottom of the second inning, Aiden Dion will lead us off. Kyle Pedersen and Ian Guanzon will be the next two hitters against Ryan Gerke, who gave up 2 hits and a run. There's a line drive right at the third baseman, caught by the third baseman, Colin Johnson, for the first out. So Dion lines out to third, and that'll bring up Kyle Pedersen. I don't like to criticize the people who run the games around here, but I'm just thinking on Harry Potter night, instead of the Cattleman's race, can we chase the snitch? The Cattleman chase the snitch game? That would have been awesome. I'm just thinking that would have been, we dress up Piper as a snitch and he runs around and somebody catches him. Huh? I'm just thinking out of the box here. But the kids love it, I'll just say that. That is inside for a ball on Kyle Pedersen. 1 home run and 4 runs batted in for Kyle out of Roseville, California. Unfortunately, he has the outfield as his theme song, or his walk-up song. Other than that, I really like the guy. 2 balls and no strikes on Kyle. Ian Guanzon will be next. 1 out here in the second. Ryan Gerke, the left-hander, out of Embry-Riddle University. That's fouled off. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Kyle Pedersen, tonight's catcher, takes outside, 3-1. 143 on the air with that home run and 4 runs batted in. Hit that home run against Healdsburg, up in Healdsburg, in a game that the Potters lost in extra innings. Takes inside. He'll get the base on balls. So Kyle goes down to first. That is the second walk by Gerke. And Ian Guanzon, who broke through, got his first hit of the summer last night, a 2-run double that took a 6-1 lead, made it into an 8-1 lead. Now, I can tell you, look at it. If you see McGonigal looks pretty good. I like McGonigal. Hermione is she's grown into it a little bit. As Luke Skywalker rocks out to Joan Jett. I love rock and roll. Okay, these kids today. Oh, Hagrid's hugging a little kid. That's nice, Hagrid. So I would have to give these characters a very high score for Harry Potter night. Going to go over to first base as they thought that Kyle was taken, and we're going to get a balk call, I believe. Yeah, we're going to get a balk call. I think he brought his foot back beyond that imaginary line there that you can't bring the foot back, and then, yeah, you got to go to home. And he didn't, so Pedersen will go to second base. And the umpire will quickly explain what has happened, and then he will retreat back to his assigned position. 3 umpires for all the PEO games, and it's a great luxury to have 3. So now there's Guanzon with a chance for another RBI. Now they're going to do the same thing at second, but there's no balk possibility on that. Ian out of East Tennessee State. He is from Chico, California, up there. Up north a bit. He's got the outfield deep and straight away and takes a ball. Chris Fisher, batting in the 9th spot, is on deck. Tonight's center fielder by way of Sierra College. Guanzon fouls that one. A chopper that almost got over the screen, but got knocked down back into the field of play. 1-1 on Ian. Potter scored once in the first inning, a Ty McGraw double scoring Ethan Groves from all the way from first base. Perrin Bland ended the inning by flying to the warning track in center field. Just not quite enough for PB. Misses inside, 2-1. See, every night there's people with the old Star Wars uniforms. They get Star Wars jerseys. You'll see them on the 18th when Star Wars night, but you know, you auction them off every year, and we see a lot of the Star Wars jerseys making their way back into the ballpark. Look pretty sharp. That's in the dirt. Gets away a little bit, but Miyamoto behind the plate tracks it down before Kyle Pedersen can advance at all. He'll stay at second base. Three and one on Kyle. That's a nice looking pitch right there. 3-2, 81 from Ryan. And he runs the count full. Pedersen now being shadowed at second a little bit by E.J. Cord, the second baseman. Moving in with the right-hander, Guanzon at the plate. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and lined into left center field for a base hit. Guanzon's going to have another RBI as running on the pitch. Kyle Pedersen scores easily for the second run of the game. And Ian now with 3 runs batted in 2 nights is at first with an RBI single, and the Potters lead now 2-0. Pedersen had a great jump from second to third, and that ball was put in the perfect spot by Ian. He's at first base with 1 out. Potters now up top 2-0, and Chris Fisher, who's 0 for 4 on the summer as a Potter, comes up to the plate, batting in the number 9 spot with Jordy Lopez to follow. He's going to bunt, showed bunt, pulled it back, and it's a call strike. And now we've got a heckler. I like it. I like it. We haven't had a lot of hecklers this year. We used to have a reliable heckler right down there, but I don't think he's been here very often. But, man, it's something, you miss the hecklers. Of course, you don't miss the bad hecklers, just the good ones. 0-1 on Chris. He'll go to first base with that one, and coming back easily is Guanzon. Caleb Hendricks is at first base, applying the tag for the West Coast Kings. Jordy Lopez to follow. Potters lead 2-0. We're in the bottom of the second on a slightly overcast evening out here, so the sun hasn't really played a factor as much as it usually does. Guanzon's thinking about it, but he doesn't go. Showing bunt again is Fisher. He'll bunt it right back to the pitcher. He'll have to go to first and better hurry, and he gets him by a step. So Fisher, with the sacrifice, moves Guanzon to second base. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Jordy Lopez, who grounded out to shortstop, hit a chopper over the pitcher's mound that Blake Porter made a nice play on in the bottom of the first inning to open the bottom of the first. And so Jordy is 0 for 1. hitting .465, has 30 runs batted in, second on the team to Perrin Bland, who has 31 after 6 last night. Lopez, left-hander against left-hander, and the fake to second base. Activity for the West Coast Kings. They've got a right-hander up in their bullpen. Nothing happening, supposedly, for the Potters. And now we got the umpire coming in. He's going to move the runner to third and call another balk. So Ian Guanzone, Declan Casey is the identity of that gentleman in the bullpen. We saw him on the 4th of July. He pitched pretty well, too. So another balk, second one, registered by Ryan Gerke. And the umpire, I was going to say, the coach, if I'm the coach, I'm coming out and talking to the umpire and finding out just what's going on here. Because I don't think it was the same thing that happened the first time he was called on the pickoff try at first base. So Lopez now with the third run for the Potters, 90 feet away. Takes inside on the fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Ethan Groves to follow Jordy if he can keep it going here in the second inning. Potters have already scored once on the Guanzon RBI single to lead it 2-0. And Jordy watches that one on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Elk Grove, California for Jordy Lopez, headed to Cal State Fullerton. Here's a chopper back to the backstop. And it is 1-2. Jordy, like the rest of the Potters, trying to measure the offerings of Ryan Gerke. And he is doing so with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Runner bluffs from third, and they got the pitcher's attention. Guanzone maybe trying to shock the pitcher into balking again. But that was not so successful. But kind of fooled me, which is not that hard to do. 1-2 pitch. Lopez lifts it into left center, giving chase. And not going to get there is Clayton. Lopez rounds first. He heads for second, and Jordy is in there with a stand-up double and drives in the third run for the Potters. They now lead at 3-0. Lopez ties for the team lead with his 31st RBI. Guanzon scores easily. Potters now with 3 runs on 4 hits through an inning and 2/3, and here is Ethan Groves. And that one for Jordy just was sliced into left center and just kept slicing away from Miles Clayton as he gave chase. So Groves, who walked and scored back in the first inning, we're up here for his second time. As Declan Casey continues to work for the West Coast Kings in their pen. Lopez dancing off of second. And they'll get the spin around. Nothing happening with it. And we'll reset and go again. So we've already given away the in and out. Got a couple. Yeah, that's the easiest promotion ever. I would come out to every game just to be in one of the rows, because you know one row is getting free doubles every game. All they need is for the Potters to hit a double or turn a double play, and one row gets free doubles. It's the surest bet in history. I bet it's happened every game. A 1 pitch is lined at the first baseman, and Caleb Hendricks will make the catch. Potters scored twice. We go to the third. They lead at 3-0.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
You are Laborers Rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaches.
It's the top of the third inning from McBean Stadium. Potters lead at 3-0. I am Mark the Phantom Low. That is Evan the Engineer. Min Vu is the new pitcher, the left-hander out of Folsom Lake College. And Stockton, California, making his debut. Cooper Carlton went 2 innings, gave up no hits, no runs, walked 1 and struck out 2. So good outing by the young left-hander. And here's Min Vu, 6-footer, 200 pounds. Potters wearing the orange outfits tonight. Had the dark blue last night. Tomorrow probably the Stars and Stripes, as that is in for a strike. At least that's what I'm sporting. Tyus Vogt, the designated hitter, last night's catcher for the West Coast Kings, hitting at .412 on the summer. He was 1 for 2 last night. So Tyrus will lead us off here in the third, and a breaking ball drops in there for a strike. 1-2. He's followed by Nathan Huey, and then the top of the order, Blake Porter, for the Kings, who are 17-14 on the season and 8-10 in the PEL. Boom. Delivers that one high and outside. Another game between these two teams tomorrow. That's a 6:05 start right here from McBean Stadium. Come out and join us for Sunday baseball, or if you can't, hang out on Lincoln Potter's YouTube, Stones Broadcast Network YouTube, and catch the action that way, but catch the action any way you can. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, 3-2, and I think that might have got the umpire. And you don't want to do that if you want to get the calls on the corner. So we'll have just this momentary little timeout here as the umpire goes off to one side. Eli Garcia, the manager of the Potter, comes out and, talks about stuff with him. Maybe tell him about his Roseville Tigers, section NorCal champions and everything. I'm sure that's what they're discussing. Anything to take his mind off what just occurred. The other umpire comes in and goes, "Man, I'm glad that was you. I hate when that happens." The third base umpire comes in and goes, "You okay?" "All right, good." He might be the next. If this guy's out, maybe he has to come in behind the plate. He didn't want to do that. What we got is a full count on Tyrus Vogt out of Cosumnes River College down Elk Grove Way. And he hits the umpire on one pitch and hits the batter on the next one. And he had him 1-2, but Vogt gets out of there hit by a pitch. So I won't say he got out of there easy, but he's at first base. And here's Nathan Huey, the number 9 hitter, hitting at .222 with a home run and 2 batted in. 0 for 3 in last night's game. Nathan out of Pomona-Pitzer College. And Vogt is down at first base with nobody out here in the top of inning number 3 from McBean Stadium on a slightly overcast. It's giving it a different vibe, I think, the weather being what it is. That one is in there for a strike. 0-1. Top of the order, that's Blake Porter on deck. Breaking ball, strike 2. He got ahead of the last hitter and then lost him eventually to a 3-2 hit by pitch, and so he's 0-2 now on Nathan Huey. Huey out in left field. He was the shortstop last night. Lines it into left field, giving chase as Groves makes the running catch. Nicely done by Ethan Groves in left field. So a good contact on his 2-strike pitch by Huey, but Groves makes the running catch, much like Chris Fisher did back in the first inning on Miles Clayton. And one is out, one is on, and here's Blake Porter, who we know has home run power. He has 5 home runs on the season. One of them was last night against the Potters. He was 1 for 3, scored 1, and drove 1 in. He is at .358. Struck out in the first inning on a pitch he did not think he swung at. And he takes that slider inside, 1-0. The old check swing, check at first, and the umpire punched him out. Blake did not agree, but he's back up for another try here. 3 for 7 now against the Potters this season with 3 runs batted in. Fastball is outside. A little bit high as well, so it's 2-0. Miles Clayton will be next. Porter was in right field last night, at shortstop tonight for West Coast. Move to the plate. Breaking balls hit high in the air to left field. Hit pretty well. Groves is going back. Looks like he has some room. Right at the fence, makes the catch. So Porter got almost all of that one, but not quite, and it stayed in the ballpark. 2 outs, and here is Miles Clayton. The left-hand hitting center fielder fly to center. His first time up, it was not that simple. He hit a line drive into right center, and Chris Fisher just got on his horse and eventually caught up with it and made the play, and Miles is 0 for 1. Up here with a guy in first, but now 2 outs. Tries the breaking ball, and it's too high. 1-0. E.J. Cord, the Sierra College product, is on deck. He's batting third in the lineup for West Coast tonight. That's a nice one. Dropped it in there as he has a couple of them this inning. It's 1-1 on the left-hand hitting center fielder. Miles with those gray jersey, yellow numbers, little piping, little stripes on the sleeves there. A sharp look, to be sure. Line drive, that's a fair ball down the first base line. Around second, Vogt to third. They're going to wave him in. The throw comes in, and it will not be in time. It will instead go to third, and it's an RBI triple for Miles Clayton, and the Kings are on the board, 3-1 Potters. Clayton picks up his 12th RBI. Vogt scores, and that ball was 110 miles an hour off the bat, and it looked every bit of that as it was crushed into the right field corner. Diome gave chase, got the ball out of there, but not before Vogt scored from first, and Clayton had a pretty easy trip into third for a triple. That is the first hit for the Kings tonight, and of course their first run. And here is E.J. Cord, who walked his first time up. That was against Cooper Carlton. So 3-1 now here in the third inning. That fastball is high and inside. 2-0. Caleb Hendricks, the first baseman, next for the West Coast Kings, who have broken through here in the third with the 2-out RBI triple from Miles Clayton out of Santa Rosa Junior College. 2-0 pitch. Now 3-0. Outfield straight away. Medium deep for EJ. .30 pitches in there for a strike. 3-1. That's the first hit for the West Coast Kings, but we said there have been a couple of good running catches by Potters outfielders to rob potential hits. over the first 2 2/3. That's outside, and the walk is taken by E.J. Cord for the second time tonight. And now 1st and 3rd, and Caleb Hendricks will come up to the plate. He popped up to short right field, and Perrin Bland, the second baseman, went out and got it back in the first inning as Nick Kajowski will come out and talk to Minvu. Did not see if the Potters were warming anybody up. I think they assumed that Min would handle this inning for him. And so Nate's going to go out and have a little chat there. Get his guy back on track as he's got runners at 1st and 3rd, and 1 run has scored here in the 3rd. Potters, as we said a couple of times, really every game is critical for them in their PEL race to make the playoffs. Top 2 make the playoffs, is what I'm told. And to get to that second spot, they are going to make up at least in the area of 3 games on the Rogues and the Crabs. Now, the Crabs have beat the Potters 3 out of 5, so they got the season series, and the Rogues have beat them 3-0. They will come in next weekend. Potters will try to get a measure of revenge, but even more importantly, try to get back into that race for the second spot. So here's Hendricks, 333 coming on, and he popped out the first time. He has a pair of home runs, and he's driven in 7. Out of CSU Bakersfield. See if the runner on first is going. Minvu to the plate, and it's in the dirt, picked off nicely right there by Kyle Pedersen. That's a really good block, and he kept it close so nobody could advance. 1 ball and no strikes. Now the Potters do have a right-hander up in the pen, as Boo is behind 1-0. Austin Chang is the young man out of Roseville that's warming up in the pen for the Potters. That is a strike. 1-1. Colin Johnston, a newcomer, the third baseman on deck. But it's right here for Minvu to try to get. That one is wild, and Knights again flagged down by Kyle Pedersen. So Hendricks ahead in the count, 2-1. Cardley's over at first. Clayton is at third, and here's the pitch. Inside. 3-1. And that's ball 4. That'll load the bases with 2 outs and bring up Colin Johnston. Colin struck out looking his first time up, so he is 0 for 1 in this one. He has a chance to do some damage for the West Coast Kings with the bases loaded. Kyle Pedersen's going to go out and talk to him as Chang continues to warm up in the Potters pen. A hit by pitch, a pair of walks, and a triple, sandwiched around a couple of fly-outs to left field, has given the Kings their first run and loaded the bases for Colin Johnston out of Allen Hancock College. I believe it's down in SoCal. So Vu is going to use the stretch, and now here comes Eli Garcia, and see if he's going to make a change. I think he probably has to. It's the second visit if those kind of rules still apply. And we are going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be Austin Chang, I believe. We will take a break and come back with confirmation on that as the Kings trail at 3-1, but they've got the bases loaded here in the third.
baseball fans, you may have noticed our scoreboard goes out from time to time. You can help us get a new one. Give $20 and get a chance at winning 2 tickets to some of the region's biggest events, like the Outlaw Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, a Sacramento Kings game, or Ringling Brothers Circus. All proceeds benefit the Big Swing Capital Campaign. You can buy now at friendsofmcbean.org.
Hey everyone, this is Alex with the Downtown Lincoln Association. We're super excited to kick off Lincoln Loves Local, a new campaign designed to spotlight amazing businesses that make Lincoln so unique. We partnered with Dalila from UN Social Agency to create short, high-quality videos that help boost your visibility and reach right here in the Lincoln community. Each video will be shared on DLA's social media and newsletter, making it easy for locals to discover and support your business.
Back to the action here at McBean Stadium. In his bases loaded situation, Austin Chang out of Roseville is our new pitcher. He is undecided on his college as of now, and he comes up a difficult situation with the bases loaded. And Colin Johnston, the hitter. The right-hander from the windup. In the dirt, and that ball gets away, and here comes a run in from third, and he will score. A wild pitch on the first pitch, and the second run scores in the person of Miles Clayton. So 2 runs in with just a single hit for the Kings, and they have narrowed it to 3-2 here in the third. That'll move Card up to third. It'll move Hendricks to second. So we'll try to get it 1 ball and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes. The fastball at 86 is a little high and out of the zone. So Johnston heading the count with Ryan Hubbard to follow, if Colin keeps the inning going. Swings and misses. Kyle Pedersen blocks it and picks it up a couple of feet to his right. So it's 2-1 now on the Kings' third baseman out of Allen Hancock College, or just Allen Hancock. Outside, 3-1. Chang, the third pitcher. Cooper Carlton started, went 2 innings, gave up just 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. 2/3 of an inning for Vu. He's given up 1 hit, 3 walks. He's been charged with 2 runs. Chang check swing, he didn't go. And Johnston gets the base on balls. So that's 3 walks and a hit batter for the Potters this inning. And now with the bases reloaded, it's Ryan Hubbard, who happens to be our Dueling Dogs batter today. So there's all kinds of things happening early in this game. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. Dueling Dogs batter. The lead is in peril here. 8th batter in the inning for the West Coast Kings. Chang's fastball is too high. 1 ball and no strikes. Wyatt Miyamoto, the next Kings batter, comes out on deck. He is the catcher. And that's in the dirt, blocked by Pedersen. And Kyle says, let me get time. I'm going to go talk to my pitcher. Go settle him down a little bit, hang out. Loosen him up, perhaps a touch. As Luke Stoutwalker went down, he got his customary 3rd inning watermelon. We'll get the report on the quality of the watermelon in today's Watermelon Report. Here's the 2-0. Hit, grounded into the hole, into left field, the base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the second one. The throw comes in from Groves. It is not in time. A 2-run single from Ryan Hubbard, and the Kings have grabbed the lead at 4-3. Scoring was Card, scoring was Hendricks. Johnston stops at second. 4 runs in, and the 9th batter is Wyatt Miyamoto. Kings now lead this one 4-3, and Miyamoto, who flied to left his first time up, is the batter. Hubbard made good contact, had good location on that ground ball. Chang's first pitch is in there for a strike at 85. 0-1 on Miyamoto. Wyatt from Whitman College. Here's the 0-1. Lifted down the right field line, out of play. 0-2 quickly on Miyamoto. 282 on the season for Wyatt. 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 in the season series against the Potters. Check the runners by Chang. There goes the runners. The pitch is hit right to shortstop. Flip to second. They're going to get the force right there, but the Kings put 4 up on the board here in the third, and we go to the bottom of the third. They lead it now 4-3.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Back here for the bottom of the third, McBean Stadium. Potters looking up this time. The Kings put 4 up on the board in the third, and they lead it 4-3. Landon LaPlante is the new pitcher. Wearing number 50 out of Hawaii University. He will come on to face Ty McGraw, Shane Miller, and Perrin Bland. 3-4-5 for the Potters. New, I was wondering what these were. On Harry Potter night, we gave out shoe charms. I had no idea they had a charm for shoes on Harry Potter, but it's not that really. It's more like Piper the Peacock and a big L for Lincoln, and also Lincoln Potter's emblem. And you put little things you put like on your shoes and stuff and kind of hanging out there. I got one through the holes in the shirt there. It looks pretty good, I think. I like it. So that's what was given out. McGraw hits it high to right field and deep. Going back is Hubbard at the fence. And it is the center fielder in right center field who makes the catch. That is Miles Clayton. So the eyes were tracking the right fielder. The ball was being tracked by the center fielder and just didn't have enough, just like Perrin Bland. A couple innings ago, the first out is recorded, and then here is Shane Miller. Shane singled his first time up. An infield single that was knocked down by Hendricks, and he tried to beat him to the bag, but Hendricks, even though he sprawled dead first, Miller beat him. And so he is 0 for 1. LaPlante's delivery is a little bit low for a ball at 88 miles an hour. One ball and no strikes on Shane out of University of New Mexico. Inside. Wyatt Miyamoto behind the plate for the Kings. Could not flag that one down as it narrowly missed Mr. Miller and made its way back to the backstop. So it's now 2-0 as Perrin Bland waits on deck. Potters were 1 in the first, 2 in the second, but then the Kings came up with 4 in the third, and they have the 4-3 lead here as we move in the bottom of the third with 1 out. That's a nice pitch. Missed a little bit high. 3 balls and no strikes on Shane. Had a couple of walks in last night's game, as well as a 3-run home run. .30 pitch right down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike. Looks like Matthew Goebel, right-hander, is warming up for the Potters. .3-1 coming up to Shane. Outside, ball 4. So Miller gets the base on balls. That is the third given up by the West Coast Kings. And 2 1/3, and it'll bring up Perrin Bland, who fly deep to center field his first time up. Leads the team with 6 home runs and is tied now with Jordy Lopez with 31 runs batted in after Lopez picked up 1 in the second. Perrin hitting at .388 coming in. Breaking ball catches the inside corner for a strike. Nice pitch by Landon LaPlante. Big right-hander out of Hawaii University. Ahead in the count 0-1. Good lead over at first by Shane Miller. Bland swings and misses at another off-speed pitch. 0-2. Aiden Diome is next for the Potters. Left-hand hitting right fielder. Miller again with a pretty decent lead over there at first. Not going. Bland check swing and it's outside. That was a good take by P. It missed by a little bit, but it looked like a strike for about 54 feet there. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on the Potters second baseman out of Meridian, Mississippi. Last night's player of the game with the 2 home runs and the 6 runs batted in and 3 runs scored. Swings and misses at the fastball at 90 miles an hour from LaPlante. His fastest pitch yet, and he got the strikeout on Bland for the second out of the inning. And with 2 outs now, Aiden Diome comes up to the plate. A soft liner to third for Aiden, his first time up. So he is 0 for 1 and hitting .284 on the summer. 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. He's up here with 2 outs and 1 on. just in the third, but the Kings have a 4-3 lead. Inside. Nice play by Miyamoto to keep that one from going back to the backstop. Tomorrow, 6:05, these same two teams. Their fourth meeting of the season. They'll have one more on the last day of the regular season. That'll be 2 weeks from tonight, the 25th. Fan Appreciation Night. First 500 get the Daniel Susak Rising Stars trading card. Check LincolnPotters.com for information as that breaking ball misses outside. Potters on the road midweek. They take on the Mudcats on Tuesday. Then they come back and take on the Mudcats here at McBean. That'll be Wednesday, 6:35 for that one, a Wine and Wiener Wednesday. 2 more of those left on the season. Those are always big hits because we got the bacon wrapped hot dogs from Fat Cat. And the wine, of course. Diome hits it high in the air to right field. Going back is Hubbard. At the wall, he'll make the catch. So the Potters scrape the fences for a couple outs, but they are outs at the end, and we go to the fourth inning. The Kings on top, 4-3.
Hey, baseball fans, you may have noticed our scoreboard goes out from time to time. You can help us get a new one. Give $20 and get a chance at winning 2 tickets to some of the region's biggest events, like the Outlaw Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, a Sacramento Kings game, or Ringling Brothers Circus. All proceeds benefit the Big Swing Capital Campaign. You can buy now at friendsofmcbean.org.
Hey everyone, this is Alex with the Downtown Lincoln Association. We're super excited to kick off Lincoln Loves Local, a new campaign designed to spotlight amazing businesses that make Lincoln so unique. We partnered with Dalila from UN Social Agency to create short, high-quality videos that help boost your visibility and reach right here in the Lincoln community. Each video will be shared on DLA's social media and newsletter, making it easy for locals to discover and support your business. So let's celebrate what makes Lincoln special together.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Fans want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about
Top of inning number 4, 4-3 in favor of the West Coast Kings, and they'll send up their DH Tyrus Vogt to start off the fourth inning. Matthew Goebel is the new pitcher for the Lincoln Potters, the right-hander out of Lodi, California. The fourth pitcher already for Lincoln. First pitch is in there for a strike. Carlton went the first 2, then Vu, Chang, and now Goebel. Vu was 2/3 of an inning, a hit, 4 runs, 3 walks. Chang 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit, and 1 walk. And now it is Matthew Goebel. We're in number 33 for your Lincoln Potters, and he's second pitch is outside, so 1 ball and 1 strike on Vogt, who's followed by Nathan Huey and then Blake Porter 2-1 now. Goebel at 6'6" and 230, out of, as we said, Lodi, California, currently in the transfer portal. And he has a 2-ball, 1 strike on Tyrus Vogt. That's in there for strike 2. 2-2. Tyrus from Cosumnes River College was hit by a pitch his first time up, back in the leading off the 3rd inning, and they batted around to the point where he's leading off the 4th inning as well. Outside, gets back to the backstop. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So if it's the 4th inning, I guess finally happy hour is over, because happy hour stretches to the end of the 3rd inning. Willie has prolonged it and just keeps stretching it from before the game and then 1st inning and all the way to the end of the 3rd inning. But unfortunately, it's over now. That's inside. So the 6th walk for Potter's pitchers comes on a 3-2 pitch to Tyrus Vogt, and it'll bring up Nathan Huey, the left fielder, last night's shortstop. Today's left fielder who flied to left field his first time up, so he is 0 for 1. Nathan comes in at .222 and does have a home run on the summer. 0 for 4 against the Potters in the season series so far. That one's right down the middle. High middle anyway, but it's in there for a strike. Nathan checked with the umpire and says, yeah, it was in there. It was good. A reasonable call by me. 0-1. Now goes back to the backstop. A wild pitch will allow Vogt to go to second base. Second wild pitch for the Potters pitching tonight. And it's 1-1 now. And Kyle Pedersen's going to go out and talk to Goebel. He's made a lot of trips out to the mound, as Kyle. Didn't really talk to Cooper Carlson that much, but since Cooper left, he's been to the mound pretty often. So 1-1 as Huey steps in. Nathan from Pomona Pitzer College. Perrin Bland trying to keep the runner close at second base. Breaking ball, and that hit the batter. So he'll go down to first base. So that actually will be 5 walks, 2 hit batters for Potters pitchers. And the first 2 are on here in the 4th. Blake Porter, who hit the ball right to the fence in left field his last time up and homered last night, will be the batters. Nate Kajowski comes out to talk to Matthew Goebel. Looks like Joey Garrienti. We think it's Joey Garrienti, the newcomer in the Potters pen out of American River College, and I think Jessup University. Copy that, Jessup University. So that's who we think it is. It's a kind of a wicked angle down there on the first baseline. And the umpire finally got my telepathy message and said, I'm going to go out and break this up. He allows them 61 pitches between innings, and then the meetings go on for days. It could have been handled in an email, is basically what he should have said. Here's Porter, struck out and fly deep to left, hitting .358 coming in out of USF. So here's Porter with nobody out here in the 4th and his team on top 4-3. Jordy Lopez thinking bunt maybe at first base. Did not show it, and the ball's in the dirt. Pedersen doing a yeoman's duty back there, trying to block everything that's coming at him. And it's 1-0 on Porter with Miles Clayton to follow. Miles coming off that RBI triple back in the 3rd. Grounder out towards shortstop. Handled Throw to first, double play, nice play by Shane Miller. Steps on the bag, goes to first. Big outs right there for Matthew Goebel and the Potters. Moving to third is Vogt. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Miles Clayton. Fly to center in the first. RBI triple in the third for Miles. His 12th RBI of the season. Left-hand hitting center fielder out of Santa Rosa Junior College. Has Vogt at third, but now 2 outs. That was a tailor-made double play ball for Shane Miller. Took the big hop right up into his glove, too. Here's a ground ball up the middle. That will not hop into his glove. That's a single and an RBI for Clayton, and it bounces away in center field from Fisher, and Clayton is going to move into second base. So it's an RBI single and an error for Clayton. First error for the Potters. First hit of the inning. 5th run for the Kings. And E.J. Card is the hitter. So Miles Clayton ends up at second base. He's 2 for 3 with 2 runs, or 1 run scored right now and 2 runs driven in. E.J. has walked twice so far. Out of Sierra College. Comes in at 322. Takes that inside. 1 ball and no strikes. EJ, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Swings and misses, fouls into the catcher's glove. 1 ball, 1 strike. Piper the Peacock patrolling behind home plate. Just doing good deeds for everybody. That's just what he does. Right out to second base to Perrin Bland. Over to first, got him by a step, but not before the Kings put another run up on the board. We go to the bottom of the 4th. They are now on top 5-3.
Potters fans want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Fans want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is...
Bottom of inning number 4, Potters trailing at 5-3. They'll send up Kyle Pedersen, Ian Guanzon, and Chris Fisher against Landon LaPlante, the second pitcher for the West Coast Kings. He delivers a fastball in there for a strike at 88. Kyle walked his first time up and scored one of the 2 runs for the Potters. One 0-1 from LaPlante. Line drive in the hole, base hit left field. So Kyle tries to get something going here in the 4th for the Potters. And that'll bring up Ian Guanzon, who has an RBI single and scored a run back in the 2nd. C.J. Riccardi, number 36, right-hander, is warming up for the Potters in their bullpen. But right now it's all about Ian Guanzon. He's out of Chico and East Tennessee State. He has 3 RBI in the season now, and I believe it's in his last 2 at-bats. Well, last 3 at-bats. He had a walk in there, too, and a ground out. So there you go. So an RBI double and an RBI single in his last 4 at-bats, but 3 official at-bats. LaPlante delivers inside. Corner for a strike. That's a very late. There's a very late right arm got lifted up by the umpire. But we'll honor it anyway. It's 0-1. Chris Fisher to follow Ian. There goes the runner. Pitch is in there for a strike, and they're not going to make a throw as Pedersen will slide into second. Pitch was called to strike, so it now is 0-2 on Ian, and Pedersen is at second. Ryan Gerke started, went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. LaPlante came on in the 3rd, gave up a walk, got a strikeout, no runs, and he's out here in the 4th, giving up the single to Pedersen, but he's ahead in the count 0-2 on Ian Guanzon. Ian wearing number 12 in the Potters orange unis tonight. Pops it up right side. Coming on is Hubbard in right field. Second baseman calls for it. That's E.J. Cord, and he'll make the catch. So 1 out here in the 4th, and that'll bring up Chris Fisher. Chris sacrificed his first time up. Got Guanzon over to second base, where he scored on a base hit by Jordy Lopez. So no official at-bats for Chris. 0 for 4 on the summer with the Potters. And he'll step up here against Landon LaPlante. Jordy Lopez, the top of the order, waiting next as Fisher settles in. E.J. Cord keeping Pedersen close there at second base. Now he backs off. That's inside and low. Wyatt Miyamoto, the catcher, behind the plate. Of course, he's behind the plate if he's the catcher. And he'll go out and talk to the pitcher. And they will finish the conversation. One ball and no strikes. Bland will check on Pedersen at second. Kyle has taken off before, and that one's hit sharply down the line in left field for a base hit. Pedersen around third. He'll score without a problem. And Fisher moves into second base with a hit, an RBI, and the Potters are back within one at 5-4. Right past Johnson diving at third. Fisher gets himself the double in the RBI. Second hit of the inning for the Potters. They have 6 hits in the game now, and here's Jordy Lopez. Lopez is grounded to short and has an RBI double. He's got Fisher at second base, and now it's going to be Porter, the shortstop, who tries to keep Chris close. That's down in the dirt. A nice stop by Miyamoto as Fisher was ready to take off for third. One ball and no strikes. Lopez takes out outside for a ball, 2-0. Ethan Groves comes out in the on-deck circle, batting after Jordy Lopez as Piper tries to get the fans going behind home plate. Potters trail it 5-4. Jordy takes a strike. 2-1. Lopez came in tonight, .465, 2 home runs and 30 RBI. He picked up 1 in the second, so his 31 now tied with Perrin Bland. Pedersen being kept close by Porter at second base. Ball 3, and there goes Pedersen. The throw is going to be nicely catched by Johnson at third, but he'll throw it to second, and Chris Fisher somehow got out of there. Chris Fisher was taken out and decided I didn't want to take off. The throw to third was high. Johnson throw to second was high, but Fisher was back in anyway. And a little perils of Pauline there, if you're that old to know. But Chris Fisher is safely at second base. And we'll have a 3-ball, 1-strike count on Jordy Lopez. Got that single cowbell working behind home plate as Lopez fouls it off, and it's 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Second there, I thought that kid had a real bat. He was just walking around swinging it, but it must be a wiffle bat, right? You don't have kids just swinging bats running around. So full count coming up to Jordy. Yeah, it's fine. Seemed like a responsible kid anyway. That is call strike 3. Throw down to first base, and Lopez is out. Lopez thought it was a little low. It was called strike 3. It was dropped by Miyamoto. He threw it down to Hendricks at first for the second out. And with Fisher still out at second base, it is Ethan Groves who has walked and lined to first. Groves came in at .318. He has 4 runs batted in. The Potters could really get used to the idea that we'd make it 5 right here. And that would tie up the ball game here in the 4th inning. Hits it high in the air to center field. Clayton gives a little ground. He'll come in right center. and eventually make the catch for the third out. So the Potters put one up on the board in the fourth. Still a little bit short as we go to the fifth. Kings 5, Potters 4.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
You are Laborers Rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
Top of the fifth inning, C.J. Riccardi is the new pitcher for the Potters out of Harding University, a local guy out of Orangevale, California. He is the fifth pitcher the Potters have used today. Carlton, View, Chang, Goebel, and now Riccardi. And he'll face Caleb Hendricks, which a little one-hopper, two-hopper out to shortstop, going to have to hurry, and they do. That is Shane Miller with the scoop and the throw over to first base for the out. And that means he's the first batter of the Farmers Fifth, so that's half off Farmers Brewing Company down there at the Brick and Barrel Backyard Bar and Grill. See my guy Curtis the Beer Man. If you're in the stadium here, or if you're just driving by, come on in, walk down there and get your beer. But stay here and drink it. Don't take it in the car or anything. We're not advocating that, certainly. Colin Johnson is the third baseman. He is our next hitter. And Riccardi delivers a strike. 0-1. Colin has struck out and walked in 2 appearances, so he is 0 for 1. He's followed by Ryan Hubbard here in the fifth inning. There's a strike again at 86 from McCarty. The right-hander ahead in the count 0-2. Kings with 4 in the third and 1 in the fourth. That is down low as I reflexively look out at the scoreboard to verify that, and the scoreboard isn't working. We need a new scoreboard. We run the commercials right here for you to find out about the new scoreboard. Friends of McBean, that's the organization you want to talk to. They're the ones who are getting things done. That's strike 3 call right there. Riccardi with the strikeout at 87, 2 outs quickly here in the top of the fifth. And it'll bring up Ryan Hubbard, who has flied to right and had a 2-run single, a big 2-run single back in the third inning. Hubbard, unfortunately for Potter fans, the dog batter. Of course, they already have half off on Farmers this inning, so kind of give a chill pill, will you? Breaking ball is a strike. Now, if he should happen to strike out, you can double up. Get 2 of each for the price of 1 of each. And that's just good business. That's like when something's on sale. And it's like, how much money did I save you today? Popped up out of play. So it's 2/3 of the way there. All we need is a nicely placed basketball in the inside corner. Ring them up. Call strike 3. Down to see Curtis. That's my plan. That's my plan for the future. That's my short-term plan. There goes the score. Well, not really. That's outside. There's numbers, but I think they might be coming in from outer space or something. That was like numbers I've never seen on that board before. 1 and 2. There's a great Ray Garcia. I haven't seen him in a while. Patrolling behind home plate. Unofficial mayor of Lincoln. Here we go. Scoreboard time. That is call strike 3. And the dueling dog batter comes through once again. 1-2-3 inning for C.J. Riccardi. We go to the bottom of the 5th, though. Potter still trail at 5-4.
President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Bottom of inning number 5, the new pitcher is Carson Williams, number 3 for the West Coast Kings. He'll face Ty McGraw, Shane Miller, and Perrin Bland here in the 5th as the Potters try to take the lead back in this one. They had it for a while, and then the Kings got it. And that's where it stands right now. McGraw takes it down low. Ty has doubled in a run and fly deep to center field. 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in, now 15 for Ty after the one tonight. Fouls that one off. Williams, right-hander, undeclared college choice, listed as a utility player, also a pitcher, obviously, as he has a 1-ball, 1-strike count on the Potters' number 3 hitter, Ty McGraw. 308 for Ty. Takes inside and low, 2-1. Piper the Peacock doing his best to drum up support for his Potters. And then also, you know, keeping in touch with his young fans, of which he has a legion of young fans out here. McGraw lines it into center field for a solid base hit. Ty is 2 for 3. The Potters have 7 hits. And here's Shane Miller, who was singled and walked so far tonight. Miller at .350 with 3 homers. Had a 3-run blast last night in the Potters' 13-2 win. He's out of Gilbert, Arizona. And stands in here with McGraw at first and 1 out in the 5th. Or excuse me, no outs in the 5th. Chopper into the hole. Flagged by the shortstop. He'll go to second, but not in time. It's an infield hit for Shane Miller. Nice play by Porter, even to have a chance to go after anybody. But McGraw was there already at second base, and it is 2 singles to start off the 5th inning and bring it up Perrin Bland, who, as we said last time, likes to be up when there's 2 guys on base. Now, Perrin has fly deep to center and struck out tonight, so he is 0 for 2. He came in at .388 with his 6 home runs and 31 batted in. Chance to add on to that figure right here in the 5th. Williams kind of wound up and kind of stopped and then turned around to kind of throw it to second and just didn't do anything. I don't know how to describe that. Evan, help me, bro. That's got to happen a lot to you kids. Bland hits a grounder to third. That's a great play at third. Step on the bag, throw to first. What a double play by Colin Johnston. Johnston makes the catch, steps on the bag, goes across the diamond, and pulls out the double play. Going to second base is Shane Miller, but now 2 outs for the Potters. And Aiden Diome coming up to the plate. So it looked like a pretty promising inning. Bland's ground ball finds the glove of Johnston. Give him credit for an excellent play at third. And comes up and makes a very strong throw, kind of nonchalantly over to first base. Here's Diome, who's flied to right and lined to third. Aiden takes outside for a ball. Potters have activity in their bullpen. Riccardi was pretty darn impressive, as the Kings also have somebody throwing. We've had 8 pitchers in this game already, and it looks like we'll have a couple more before it's finished. Diome came in at .284. He's driven in 22. He's hit 3 out of the park. Williams gets the sign from Miyamoto. Swings and misses. That's 85-mile-an-hour fastball from Carson Williams, Gerke, LaPlante, and Williams. LaPlante went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits and a run. Struck out 1. Breaking ball is down low for a ball. Did not walk anybody. Last night the Kings were victimized by 10 free passes, and tonight they've only given up 2. Make that 3. But an excellent defensive play by Colin Johnston, turning 2 on Perrin Bland's ground ball, minimizing the damage here in the 5th inning. Diome with a chance to put another one back on the board. He pops it up left side. Going to be a lot of guys going after that one. Porter in shortstop, and it's going to be a foul ball in the middle of the bullpen. So there's a lot of people congregating down there in left field. And unfortunately, it looks like everybody is fine, and we'll come back and do it again. This time with a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Aiden Diome out of West Park High over in Roseville over there. It was Johnson, it was Porter, and it was Huey coming in from left field that were all converging on that one. It was equidistant between the 3 of them and landed in the Kings bullpen, where there was a right-hander working. So, yeah, a lot of moving parts. But everybody's fine. We'll do it again at 2-2. Diome swings and misses. Williams gets out of a jam here in the 5th. We'll go to the 6th. Kings stay on top 5-4.
You are laborers rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of inning number 6, 5-4 Kings. Daniel Aceto is the new pitcher for the Potters, their 6th pitcher on the day. And Wyatt Miyamoto is the first hitter, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike. Great dance contest by Piper. He had a multitude of young children down there. Does a great job with the dance contest. Sometimes, I don't always agree with his winner, okay? I just have to say that. But great participation. Good one today. Fastball is outside. Aceto, the local guy from Lincoln, and goes to Simpson University up in Reading. He faces Miyamoto, Vogt, and Huey, 7, 8, and 9 for the West Coast Kings, who lead this one 5-4 as we move into this 6th inning. That's a lifted, shallow right field. Diome's going to come in. Nobody will get there. It'll drop in between Diome and the second baseman Bland for a base hit. So Miyamoto drops a hit, just the 4th hit for the Kings in this one. Miyamoto now is 1 for 3, and it'll bring up Tyrus Vogt. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. I think we might have a pinch hitter here. Yeah, left-handed hitter. Number 46, John Bullock. So John Bullock, number 46, takes a strike. He's in here for Vogt as the DH. So Vogt with no official at-bats, but he did score a run back in the 3rd inning. 1-1 on Bullock out of the College of Marin. He started, I think, the first game we played them, and then he's come on as a reserve the next 2, and he slices that one foul down the left field line over by the grassy knoll. And eager crowd will swallow that one up. 1-2 on Bullock. Nathan Huey is scheduled next, the left fielder. Miyamoto leads. Aceto's pitch is fouled out of play again by John Bullock. 2 teams will conclude this 3-game series tomorrow, 6:05 right here at McBean Stadium. Come on out, Military Appreciation Day, of course, as every Sunday at home is. Check swing is outside. 2-2 now. C.J. Riccardi pitched 1 inning and struck out 2. And that's basically all that happened in his inning. Going to throw it over to first base. Not in time. Miyamoto is back. Throw him over there again, and nothing much has changed. Second verse, same as the first. 2-2 on the hitter, John Bullock. Check swing, and it's a little outside. They ask, will they ask? And no, he did not go. Both umpires are on the first base side of second, so not really a good angle on that by Bullock. I didn't think he went around, but I could have been persuaded. In the interest of fairness, you know. Outside, ball 4. So 2 on, nobody out here in the 6th. That is the 8th free pass, 6th walk, and 2 hit batters per Padres pitchers tonight, and it'll bring up Nathan Huey. Fly to left and was hit by a pitch was Nathan. So he's 0 for 1, 0 for 4 in this series, or the season series, stretching back to the 4th of July game. And Guanzon thinks maybe there's a little sacrifice going to be going on here. There's the show, and there's the bunt at it, misses it. 0-1. Again, the old days, I have to say this, Evan, in the old days, if you're sacrificing, you just stand there and bunt. You don't try to run down to first base while you're bunting or anything like that. I see it like literally everybody doing it that way. And maybe they're not sacrificing. Maybe there's a whole new different thing I don't know about. That one is bunted, and it just spins foul. It was almost brilliant, but it had a little spin on it, and it went foul. So now Huey is behind 0-2. Don't mean to signal out Nathan. It seems like most people do it. Either that or they square the bunt and then take a perfectly good pitch down the middle as a strike, and that changes the entire strategy. Of course, they could have been just bluffing the bunt just to see what the defense would do. So there's a lot of things involved in this. 0-2. Huey has a home run on the summer, has driven in 2 runs for West Coast, who have runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the 6th. Outside, it gets away, and Peterson runs it down. That's a good play by Kyle. He might have had a chance if Miyamoto decided to go. I think Kyle would have had a good chance to gun him down to third, but best he doesn't try it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Nathan Huey. Blake Porter, the dangerous Blake Porter, on deck. Swing and a miss. He was out on strikes. Aceto's first strikeout. 5th strikeout for Padres pitchers, and now it is Blake Porter. Blake has struck out, fly deep to left, and hit into a double play. So he is 0 for 3. 3 for 9 in the season series, with 3 runs batted in. Had a home run in last night's game, and almost had another one tonight. Up here with a chance to do some damage, with 2 on and 1 out in the top of the 6th. Miles Clayton, who is a couple of runs batted in tonight, is on deck. That's in the dirt for a ball. 1-0. Porter out of USF with 5 home runs this summer, and he has driven in 8 runs. Up here against Daniel Aceto, the 6th pitcher for the Padres. Swings and misses, off-speed pitch. Probably could have swung twice at that one, and the time it took to get to the catcher's mitt, but it's still just 1 strike, 1 ball, and 1 strike. Padres are straight away medium deep for Blake. Swings and misses. A throw to first base, and it's just a little on the wrong side. They might have had a chance at picking off John Bullock. Jordy Lopez was in there in time, and the throw just on the wrong side of first base. He had to sweep tag, and Bullock was able to get back in. And it's 1-2 on Porter. Swings and misses. Had him chasing a couple there. Nice job by Daniel Aceto, but now he's got Miles Clayton. Miles flied to center the first time. Chris Fisher robbed him of a hit. Then an RBI triple and an RBI single in his last 2 appearances. So he's 2 for 3. He now has 13 runs batted in on the summer. He is 4 for 11 in the season series against the Potters, left-hand hitting center fielder out of Santa Rosa Junior College. Fouls that one off from Macedo. 82 from Daniel. Had a walk and a single to open the inning, but then a strikeout Huey and struck out Porter. But still has Clayton to get through to get out of this unscathed. Short lead at second by Miyamoto as Miller's right behind him. Sails it outside. 1-1. Popped up, it's foul, it's out of play. Late swing that time by Miles at the breaking ball from Macedo. And he is down in a hole at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Macedo said, I don't like that baseball. Give me another one. Oh, okay. Outfield straight away for Clayton, whose triple went down the right field line. Fouls that one off. Stays alive. His single went up the middle. And we need some more cowbell from the crowd, and they usually respond pretty well to that request, and no exception tonight. Stays 1-2. Chopper is going to be a tough play. Lopez has it. No, I think it's going to be off the foot of Clayton as he didn't move at all. And the call is going to be not off the foot of Clayton. And Clayton's like, it was off my foot. It's my foot, I know. But the play is going to roll as stands. And the Potters get out of it with Clayton grounding out to end the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th as the coach is going to come out and talk to the umpire. We're going to take a break. Potters trail by 1.
Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
You are Laborers Rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Bottom of inning number 6, a historic spinning bat race, as we had a young lady who, I think she set a record for shortest distance actually traveled, because I don't think she made it more than 3 steps. But let's get back to the action. Kyle Pedersen, Ian Guanzon, and Chris Fisher against Carson Williams. Breaking ball inside, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes on Kyle, who has walked and singled so far in this one. Outside 2-0. Williams came on in the 5th inning, gave up a couple hits, then a double play turned by his infield, set him up well, and he got the strikeout of Diome to end it. So he's back out here for the 6th inning, and he is 2-0 on Kyle Pedersen. That is inside 3-0. Three balls, no strikes, one zone to follow. Padres trailing at 5-4. We are in the 6th inning. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. Wyatt Miyamoto behind the plate. Johnston, Porter, Cord, and Hendricks in the infield. Huey, Clayton, and Hubbard in the outfield for West Coast. Outside, and Pedersen will get the base on balls and be on base for the 3rd time in a row tonight. A hit and 2 walks. And here's Ian Guanzon, who is an RBI single and a pop out to second base. Ian out of Chico, California, and goes to East Tennessee State. And he steps in here with the runner at first and nobody out in the 6th. The Padres trailing by 1. And that one misses outside. 4th walk given up by the Kings pitchers. Putting balls in play, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts by the pitchers for the Kings. So a lot of activity. That one is in there for a strike. 84 from Carson Williams. Short lead at first base for Kyle Pedersen. Chris Fisher on deck. Breaking ball, call strike 2. Nicely placed by Carson Williams. Top of the strike zone in the right corner, and he's got the call for 1-2. 1 for 2 for Ian today. He's got 3 RBIs on the season, all in the last 2 games. Misses outside with the fastball. 86 from Carson Williams. And Ian evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Padres will be home again tomorrow against this same West Coast Kings. 6:05 is the start for that one. Then a middle of the week home game on Wednesday against the Solano Mudcats. That's a Wine and Wiener Wednesday. There's a little line drive up the middle. Second base has it, steps on second, throws to first. That's another double play. Credit E.J. Cord for that one. Not hit that hard. Cord grabs it, steps on the bag, and goes to first. Second double play turned by the Kings infield in the last 2 innings, and then with 2 outs now, here's Chris Fisher. Fisher has sacrificed and had an RBI double. So he is 1 for 1, 1 for 5 on the season, and he's got his first run batted in as well out of Sierra College. Inside with the breaking ball. Chris out of Roseville, California. 1 ball and no strikes, trying to get Jordy Lopez up this inning. Williams, the beneficiary, some really good infield defense by his teammates outside. First Johnston in the 5th, and now Cord in the 6th. Turning in the Webb Gems to help out, not only Webb Gems, but turning a hit into 2 outs both times. Fisher now with a 2-0 count. Pops it up right side. Giving Jason foul territory is Hendricks, but it is on top of the tarp over the VIP kiln area down there that last night hosted the birthday party of our owner, one of our owners, Clifton Taylor, and a good time was had by all. Evan is still wowed by the spread that he saw down there. It's a seafood kind of buffet, kind of fancy thing. It looked pretty impressive. Here's the 2-1 on the way from Williams. Misses outside, 3-1. Williams, the 3rd pitcher for the West Coast Kings. The Potters have already had 6 pitchers, with Aceto being the 6th in the 6th inning. Three 3-1 pitches behind Fisher, and he very cleverly takes it for ball 4. So Fisher's at first base with 2 outs, and here's Jordy Lopez. Jordy has grounded to short and an RBI double and struck out. Out of Elk Grove, California, headed to Cal State Fullerton. Has 31 runs batted in. He has 2 home runs. So it is there for him. As Fisher leads at first. Lopez fouls it over by the third base dugout of the West Coast Kings. And he is behind in the count 0-1. 465 coming in for Jordy. Been right up in the rarefied air of 450, 475, 500, 510, almost all summer long. There goes Fisher. The pitch is popped up to left field. Going back is Huey. He's got room, and he'll make the catch for the out. So the Potters get a run around. Can't bring him around. We'll go to the top of inning number 7. West Coast Kings 5, Lincoln Potters 4.
You are laborers rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of the 7th inning, Joey Garrienti is the new pitcher for the Potters. He'll face E.J. Cord, then Caleb Hendricks and Colin Johnston. As we just had the best 50-50, I think, of all time. At least that's what Evan and I think, because of the response of the winner. There's a swing and a miss. I don't know what the total was, but he came up. He looked like he's been a guy, you know, he'd been around the block a few times. He came up and he said, I'm taking it all to Reno, and I'm putting it on black. And that's what you're supposed to do with the found money like that, Evan. That man has a joie de vivre that you would be well to copy. Fastball inside from Joey. 1-1 on Cord, who's walked, and grounded to second. Out of Jessup University and ARC, American River College, Joe Garrienti. That's in there for a strike. 1-2. Joey hails from Folsom, California. As he starts off the top of the 7th here with a foul ball from E.J. Cord. Probably old Sierra College teammates. Well, actually, no, because Joey was at ARC. They probably played against each other, is my point. Still 1-2. EJ hitting .322 this summer. And almost hit him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, 2 walks. Scored a run in the 3rd and grounded to second in the 4th. Cotton candy with lights inside. Evan, it never gets, what is this now? It's one of those places that with the waffles, with the waffle on a stick, they got the cotton candy. That is a little bit too high. And now this one is like glow cones. It looks like a pod from outer space, and it's got a light inside. They just never, they just make stuff up down there. They just make stuff up, and then they just dream it up, and then they do it. It's incredible. Line drive on 1 hop to second base, scooped up by Perrin Bland, and he'll throw to first for the out. Rather be lucky than good, and Perrin is both on that one. So well done, sir, and that is 1 out. And here's Caleb Hendricks. He's got to wait because he's got to use the same bat that EJ used. So Caleb has popped to second. He's walked, and he's grounded to short. Wearing number 15. He is the first baseman tonight. Garrienti misses with that slider. It's back to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes. Hendricks followed by Colin Johnston, the third baseman. One out here in the top of inning number 7. Potters won last night 13-2. Kings on top tonight 5-4. Garrienti, the 7th pitcher for the Potters today. It's hit slowly down to third. Scooped up and gunned across the diamond by Ian Guanzon. So 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th, and Colin Johnston, who struck out twice and walked once, will be the hitter. Although it looks suspiciously like a guy who's reporting in as a pinch hitter. Yeah. Number 8, that's going to be Jimmy McNiven. So McNiven will come in and bat for Johnson and undoubtedly take over Colin's spot at third base, since that's where Jimmy has played the last 2 games. So Colin is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk and a very fine double play as well that thwarted a Padres rally. McNiven comes up here. 0 for 7 in the season series, and he pops that one out of play. Garrienti delivers the fastball at 85 and is ahead 0-1. Ryan Hubbard is scheduled next for the West Coast Kings, who lead this one 5-4. That's in there for a strike. 0-2. Carlton, Vu, Chang, Goebel, Riccardi, Aceto, and now Garrienti for the Padres tonight. I think Eli just looked at the roster and the pitching roster and said, "Yeah, I want one of each tonight. I'm going to use them all, except probably whoever's starting tomorrow." 1-2 now. Jimmy McNiven. Big chopper down to third. That's Guanzon. Over to first. A low throw. Scooped up by Jordy Lopez. Nice play by Jordy Lopez. Got some Ty McGraw lessons on that one. 1-2-3. Padres fans, let's stretch it a little bit. A little bit of suspense here. They're trailing at 5-4.
Hey, baseball fans, you may have noticed our scoreboard goes out from time to time. You can help us get a new one. Give $20 and get a chance at winning 2 tickets to some of the region's biggest events, like the Outlaw Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, a Sacramento Kings game, or Ringling Brothers Circus. All proceeds benefit the Big Swing Capital Campaign. You can buy now at friendsofmcbean.org.
Hey everyone, this is Alex with the Downtown Lincoln Association. We're super excited to kick off Lincoln Loves Local, a new campaign designed to spotlight amazing businesses that make Lincoln so unique. We partnered with Dalila from UN Social Agency to create short, high-quality videos that help boost your visibility and reach right here in the Lincoln community. Each video will be shared on DLA's social media and newsletter, making it easy for locals to discover and support your business. So let's celebrate what makes Lincoln special together.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience.
Bottom of inning number 7. Padres trailing it by 1 at 5-4. Declan Casey out of Chabot College is the new pitcher for the West Coast Kings. Carson Williams went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 2, struck out 1, did not give up a run. Gerke, LaPlante, Williams, and now Casey. And here's Ethan Groves, who takes a strike at 89 from Declan Casey. Groves' walk, grounded out, and flied out. So Ethan is 0 for 2. He's followed by Ty McGraw and Shane Miller here in the 7th inning. I have a 1-run ball game. Groves takes the ball down low. 1-1. 1-1 on Ethan. Left-hand hitting left fielder. Takes ball 2. Scored in the first after the walk, then grounded to short in the second, fly to center in the fourth. Came in at 318, did Ethan. He's played center, he's played right, and tonight he is in left field out of Elk Grove, Sac City College. Swings and misses at that one. It's 2-2. Casey pitched last time these two teams played on the 4th of July, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits. As Groves takes a ball. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Ethan. Potters have activity in their bullpen. Kings are quiet right now. And Groves reaches out and pokes that one into left field, but it's fouled down the line. Giving chase is Huey, the left fielder. Jimmy McNiven has come on at third base after hitting for Johnston. It'll be a 3-2 once again to Ethan Groves. Chopper up the middle, slow. Porter moves over. He's got it, throws to first, but it won't be in time. It'll go over into the Potters, well, not dugout. It's where all the Potters just sit. But I don't think there's an official designation for that. It's an infield single for Grove, as there was no way Porter was going to get him. That's the 9th hit for the Potters. First for Ethan, and here's Ty McGraw. Perfect placement, not hit real hard, but placed well up the middle. Porter got to it, but not much he was really going to do. And here's McGraw, who's doubled in a run in the first, fly deep to center in the third, and singled in the 5th. So Ty is 2 for 3, trying to improve on that 308 average he brought in. 4 home runs and now 15 runs batted in. McGraw, check swing. It is a ball, 1-0. Ty out of Gardendale, Alabama. I know it's late. I hope the family is checking out Ty's at bat as the throw goes to first base. Not in time. Groves is back. It's a little late in Gardendale. I'm sure that, you know, they have Potters games in all the pubs and stuff down there. Sports bars and everything to see their native son. Hopefully deliver here. Hits it high and hits it deep to right field, and he delivers. Ty McGraw, hope the bars are open, because that's a 2-run home run, and the Potters lead at 6-5. Tenth hit for the Potters, 3rd for Ty McGraw. And he delivers very timely. 384 feet and 106 miles an hour off the bat. It's the old Gwen Stefani's that we like, the no-doubters. You don't have to see where it lands because you know it's not going to land in this ballpark. And here's Shane Miller. Shane has singled, walked, and singled, so he is 2 for 2. Perrin Bland to follow. Still nobody out here in the 7th. Potters have put 2 up on the board. Shane takes on the corner for a strike. 0-1 on the Potters shortstop. 350 coming in, 3 homers and 16 batted in. Swings and misses. Oh, and 2 now on Shane. That one is outside. He takes it 1-2. Gerke, LaPlante, Williams, and now Casey for the West Coast Kings. Miller hits it back over the mound, cut off by Card at second, over to first, and he got him by a step and a half. Good play by E.J. Card at second base for the first out here in the seventh inning. And Perrin Bland, who was fly to center, struck out and hit into a double play, will be the hitter. As fly to center was a fly to deep center back in the first, but then struck out in the third, and a double play off a good play by Colin Johnson over at third, who gloved it on the backhand, stepped on the bag, and threw across the diamond. Perrin takes the ball, 1-0. One and 0 on the young man from Meridian, Mississippi. Swings and misses. Went right through that one. 85 from Casey. 1 ball and 1 strike with Aiden Diome on the on-deck circle. Wearing that number 7. Potters with the orange jerseys tonight. Ball 2. 2-1. Bland hits it into right center field. Nobody will get to that. It's a base hit for P. And he's going to try for 2. The throw comes in on a hop. Head first dive. He is in there, it looks like. Let's get the call. I got no out call, so I'm calling him safe. That's my motto. Bland doubles. Third hit for the Potters in the inning. 11th in the ball game. Hubbard came over from right field to try to knock that one down, but B, I think, had double in his mind the whole time, as that was a slicing line drive. Here's Aiden Diome. Aiden is lined out, fly to right, and struck out. So 0 for 3 in this one for Aiden. KC going to go back to second to try to get Bland, and they might have had a chance, but the ball bounces out of Porter's glove. They might have had a chance at that one as Casey spun the other way and got the ball back there quickly, but again, off Porter's glove as I think he was trying to slap the tag on before he had the ball. And let's see if P. Bland says, you know, maybe I'll stay a little closer to the bag. As Diome takes the fastball outside. 88 from Casey on that fastball, but it missed the outside corner. Diome swings and misses. Good fastball. Casey gets it up to 90 miles an hour on that one and gets it by Aiden. So it's 1-1 on the Potters right fielder. 3 home runs on the season. Fouls that one off out of the glove of Miyamoto. Makes it quickly 1-2 on Aiden. Same 2 teams tomorrow. 6:05 is our start on Sunday. Come on out and check it out. Usually a slice kind of promotion on Sunday. $1 off, $2 off, something like that. A nice sliced beverage. Diome hits it but foul down the first base line into a very busy bullpen with nobody throwing a baseball. And that's the way the Potters pretty much run it. Bland going to try to get back to second base. Casey just steps in there and says, let's go. And Perrin finally got back to where he started. Fouled off by Aiden again. 89 from Casey. He's just getting the velocity up there, the big right-hander out of Chabot College. Kyle Pedersen is scheduled next for the Potters, tonight's catcher. Been on base all 3 times. Check swing. Did he go? I say he didn't. What do you say? I'm going to assume you said no because nobody said anything about it. Evens the count at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. One out here in the seventh. Potters have already scored twice on the McGraw home run. Diome fouls that one away. As Casey's right around that 89 miles an hour mark. Single by Gross. A home run by McGraw. Miller grounded out, and then a double by Bland has got us to this point with Aiden Diome. It's a very prolonged 2-ball, 2-strike at bat here. Takes it, calls strike 3, inside corner. So 2 outs in the inning, and that'll bring up Kyle Pedersen. Walked and scored in the second, singled and scored in the fourth, and walked in the sixth, but was not able to score in that inning. So 2 runs scored, a hit, and he's been on base 3 times. Out of Roseville, California, you see Davis. Kyle Pedersen behind the plate for the Potters tonight. He's got Bland out at second base, and he's got a strike call from Casey at 88 miles an hour. He's asking, wasn't that a little low, ump? And the ump says, no, it wasn't. And that's all here on the matter. A 1 pitch is fouled off the screen, so it's quickly 0-2. Umpire signals, I need some baseballs, guys. I'm running out of baseballs. And they are very important to what we're trying to do out here. Potters would dearly like to have a couple more runs here as they lead by 1. Inside, gets off the glove of Miyamoto, and Bland will go to third. That'll be deemed a pass ball. And Perrin is now 90 feet away from scoring the Potters' 7th run of the ball game. One and 2 on Kyle. Casey will go from the windup, it looks like, yeah. Miss outside. Miyamoto, what a nice stop there. That one could have well gone to the backstop. So Kyle has worked the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ian Guanzon is in the on-deck circle. At least I think he is. I really haven't looked. Ground ball down the first baseline, under the glove into right field, a base hit. Hendricks with the diving try, but Kyle delivers an RBI single, a big run right there as Bland scores. Pedersen is now 2 for 2. He's been on base all 4 times. And the Potters have scored 3 times here in the 7th. They lead it to 7-5. Here's Ian Guanzon. Ian has singled in a run, popped to second, and hit into a double play, so he is 1 for 3. I Love Rock and Roll is Ian's song. Little Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. So we've got the outfield and Your Love, and then Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. We're rocking it. That is ball 1. Chris Fisher in the on-deck circle. He's got a sacrifice, a double, and a walk in this one. Ian takes a strike. Got the inside corner at the knees. A good location from Declan Casey. 88-mile-an-hour fastball. And he's even in the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on the Potters' third baseman out of Chico, California. Swings and misses at that slider. 1-2. East Tennessee State University for Ian. Short lead at first by Kyle. Good eye. Laid off that one. Missed outside. 2-2. Potters with 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 3 here in the seventh as they've taken a 7-5 lead, which heaven knows who will be called in to protect it. Line foul into the screen. And we've had 7 Potters pitchers already, with Joey Garanti being the last one. Actually, been pretty successful after the third inning when the Kings scored 4 of their 5 runs. Ian fouls it at the plate and got a piece of Miyamoto, I think. So Wyatt is going to take a break here and kind of recuperate, as the umpire very thoughtfully walks the new baseball out to Declan Casey. And Miyamoto convalesces on his own time, on his own schedule. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3 in for the Potters here in the seventh. Pedersen leads over at first base. 2-2 pitch coming up. Fouled out of play. Back to the screen. And Ian Guanzon is being a little pesky up here at the plate, trying to keep this 7th inning going. Ty McGraw, the 2-run home run, then Kyle Pedersen, the RBI single. Scored Perrin Bland, who had doubled. That's pretty much how we got here. Guanzon takes one in the dirt, and Miyamoto again throwing his body in front of it. Full count coming up here with 2 outs, and so Kyle will be taken off from first base, undoubtedly. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Potters scored 3 times in the 7th. We are to the 8th. They lead at 7-5.
You are laborers rising. And now you understand where we came from, what solidarity means, and what we have ahead of us. No one's going to defend us but us. No one's going to help construction workers except us. And I can't wait to see you out there.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of the 8th inning, Joey Garanti back out on the mound for the Potters. He'll face Ryan Hubbard, Wyatt Miyamoto, and then John Bullock, the scheduled hitters for the West Coast Kings. Hubbard has flied to right, hit a 2-run single, and struck out. Garrienti delivers it inside. 1-0. Joey came on in the 7th inning, got 3 ground balls, and got out of there. And his team came on and scored 3 runs for him to take the lead at 7-5. Slider misses outside, 2-0. Garrienti, the 7th pitcher for the Potters. Cooper Carlton started. Went the first 2 innings, was impressive. Just 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Check swing is fouled off. Then Vu, Chang, Goebel, Riccardi, Acito, and now Garrienti. Riccardi was, his 1 inning was impressive. Just 3 batters faced, and he struck out 2 of them. Outside, ball 3. Wyatt Miyamoto, the catcher, is scheduled next for the West Coast Kings. And that one is outside, ball 4. Ninth walk given up by the Potters tonight. Actually, 7 walks and 2 hit batters. Here's Miyamoto, who has flied to left, popped to short, and singled. So Wyatt is 1 for 3. 282 on the year for the catcher out of Whitman College, the Whitman Blues. Looks like Brady Dobson's taken over for Lopez at first. So Lopez will move from first to right. Aiden Dion will come out of the ball game.
That's still Fisher and everything else is
High fly ball center field. Fisher camps under it and makes the play. So Miyamoto is retired on a fly ball to center field. John Bullock is the scheduled hitter. He batted for Tyrus Vogt back in the 6th inning and took over the designated hitter duties. And so he will return to the batter's box on the left side, wearing number 46 out of the College of Marin. He walked back in the 6th inning, so no official at-bats yet. In fact, that spot in the 8th spot hasn't had any official at-bats all night, as Vogt was hit by a pitch and walked his 2 appearances. Hit sharply down to first. Dobson steps on the bag, guns it to second, and it's going to, I think, hit the runner in the back. So Dobson made the play the right way. I mean, he was right on first base. He just didn't have a throwing lane. Hubbard will go to second base. It's 3 unassisted for the second out. Hubbard is in scoring position, and Nathan Huey is the hitter. I think Eli Garcia is going to go out and talk to the umpire. I don't know if there's no obstruction or anything, I don't think, as long as the runner is in the baseline. It certainly looked like he was. But that would be the only thing I think you can ask about. The play was out at first, and so it really is no longer a force play once he steps on the bag. And it's a short conversation. Eli evidently got the answer he was looking for, or he knew he never would. So he hightailed it out of there. And here's Nathan Huey. He's flied to left. He's been hit by a pitch, and he struck out. The left fielder for the Kings tonight. Wearing number 6 out of Pomona Pitzer. But look at that ball pretty hard. And Dobson made the play. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Nice pitch by Garrienti to get ahead in the count 0-1. We're in the top of the 8th inning. The Potters, by virtue of a 3-run 7th, have hopefully emerged on top for good here. They lead at 7-5. Same pitch, same call. Strike 2. So Joey with the 0-2 advantage here. Threw the fastball, and Huey was ready for it. Or Huey was ready for it and fouled it away. 86 from Joey Garrienti. Originally from Folsom, California, attended American River College, and now at William Jessup University. Home of the great Brock Raggets, Potter legend. Good lead at second base by Hubbard. Breaking ball just misses the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Home fans wanted that home discount on the, they wanted the wider edges of the plate, but it didn't always work that way. Because they'll want you to shrink them back down when their team is up, which is the American way, I think. That's fouled off. Just protecting himself was Huey on that one. One and 2 on the Kings left fielder. Blake Porter, dangerous bat on deck. Breaking ball's hit high in the air to left field. Graves should have room for it. Now he's coming in and makes the catch. So Garrienti pitches out of a little bit of spot of trouble there. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters 7, Kings 5.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Davis Morris, the new pitcher for the West Coast Kings. He is, let's see where he is from. Well, he's from Cuesta College. There you go. He'll face Chris Fisher, then the top of the Potters order, Jordy Lopez and Ethan Groves. There is a ball, 1-0. Fisher is sacrificed at an RBI double and walked. So he is 1 for 1 with an RBI. Outside again, 2-0. Conclude this series tomorrow at 6:05. Conclude the season series with the West Coast Kings 2 weeks from tonight at 6:05. As it actually, that'll probably be a 7:05 game. That'll be Fan Appreciation Night on the 25th with the Daniel Susac Rising Star card. 3-0 to the first 500 fans. And it's Fan Appreciation Night, so some nice gifts being given out to appreciate you, the fans, who have made it a great season at McBean Stadium and on the YouTube, on the internet. You know, 3-0, 3-1. Fisher, Lopez, and Groves. Chris out of Sierra College, playing center field for the Potters tonight. And they'll take ball 4. So Fisher walks. He'll go down to first base because that's the rules. And Jordy Lopez, who's grounded out in an RBI double, struck out and fly to left, will be the hitter. Started off at first base. He's now out in right field for your Potters. Takes a fastball, and it's a ball outside. A little bit too high as well. 1 ball and no strikes on Jordy Lopez. Started the day at .465 for the Potters. Picked up his 31st run batted in back in inning number 2. Breaking ball. Good looking pitch in there for a strike. I don't know if it was a called strike or they said Jordy swung, but either way it counts as a strike. You don't have to show your work if you're the umpire. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fisher leads at first. He is, I would say, a threat to take off. And the West Coast Kings know it as they go over to first base to try to keep him close. Caleb Hendricks manning first base for the Kings tonight. Chopped at the plate by Lopez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He'll walk around a little bit, think about that swing, and take a couple of practices and move back in. Potters do have someone up in their bullpen, as it will be, as it stands right now, a save situation. We've had a lot of seals, but not a lot of saves. So Matias Michel is the choice. Lopez hits it down to shortstop. He's going to have to hurry to get 2. They're going to get 1. Did they even get 1? No, he did not get 1. Tremendous job by Chris Fisher to get out there, and the Kings manager is going to come out and argue that one. But, man, I just tell you, the way the ball was hit and the way the Fisher was moving on the pitch, I knew it was going to be close. It will be a fielder's choice. And it will not be overturned. First and second. So Ethan Groves will be the hitter with 2 on and nobody out. You know, I'm going to just give Jordy the single. I don't know if they would have got Jordy at first base either. They certainly didn't get Fisher at second. Groves shows bunt, pulls it back. That was a definite bunt for a base hit situation. So Ethan went up there thinking about it, trying to put it into play as he had McNiven at third base. Jimmy's playing even with the bag right now. First baseman Hendricks is behind the runner. That one sails high. Showing bunt again was Ethan Groves. Ty McGraw on deck. Little Addams Family music. Setting the mood. Setting the mood on a Harry Potter night. 2-0. Thought about bunting it, let it go, and it's called a strike. Perfect location, knee high on the inside corner. 2-1. Davis Morris, the 5th pitcher. Gerke, LaPlante, Williams, Casey, and now Morris. Potters have had 7 pitchers, and he pulls it back and it's called strike 2. And Ethan does not agree. I think it's safe to say that. I don't like to, presuppose, but I think it's safe to say he did not agree with that. Two pitch, inside, ball 3. 1 pitch away from loading the bases for Ty McGraw here. And that is call strike 3. Groves has had his disagreements with the umpire in this at bat, that's certain. He is called out on strikes. And here's Ty McGraw. Ty is an RBI double, fly deep to center, and a single and a 2-run home run. So pretty impressive so far for the young man from Gardendale, Alabama. Stepping here against Davis Morris for the first time with runners at first and second. Swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. He had visions of home runs dancing his head on that one. Oh and 1 on Ty. He is DHing tonight for Eli Garcia's Lincoln Potters. Breaking ball call. Oh, I thought he was getting ready to call that strike 2, but he did not. And I'm glad. 1 and 1 on Ty. Ty and I both gave up on that pitch at the same time. Lopez at first, Fisher at second. A lot of speed on the bases. McGraw takes call strike 2. The left-handed batters for the Potters in the inside corner, and the umpire are in a bad triangle right now. That's not a threesome. That's a bad triangle working out. None of the parties agrees with any of the others. 1 and 2 on Ty. He fouls that one off to stay alive. See if Morris keeps trying to pitch him on the inside corner, thinking he kind of owns that part of the plate right now. He got Groves on the call third strike and actually got him on a couple of the call strikes on the inside corner. And McGraw now with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Deep into the right is the outfield. Ty takes inside, bends him back a little bit. A little bit high as well, but not a bad pitch at all from Morris. You got a guy in Ty McGraw with 3 hits and a home run, getting very aggressive, and his out was very, very deep to center field. That's way back in the 3rd inning. Skies one to left. Huey gonna come in a little bit now, and he will eventually make the catch and gun it to second base to try to double the runner off. He almost did it. It's a really good throw for the second out of the inning, and it'll be up to Shane Miller here. Miller has singled, walked, singled, and grounded to second. So he is 2 for 3. He's hitting .350. He's driven in 16 runs and has 3 home runs. He is from Gilbert, Arizona, and goes to the University of New Mexico. Swing and a miss. Fouls into the catcher's glove. And the catcher says, I'm going to go out and talk to my pitcher if it's okay with you, ump. Ump gives his consent, and they'll go out, and then our guy Evan will zoom in there and find out exactly what they're saying, and we'll somehow communicate it to the dugout, maybe by Morse code, I don't know. We haven't worked out our whole plan yet. But we're going to sit down and have a meeting about it pretty soon, a couple weeks maybe, and we'll figure out how to do that. Perrin Bland would be next if the occasion arises. 0-1 on Shane Miller. Potters lead at 7-5. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning from McBean Stadium. Mark the Phantom Low, Evan the Engineer. Outside, off-speed pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 pitch, a nice breaking pitch. It worked his way into the strike zone right at the top. 1-2 on Shane Miller. Potters with 13 hits on the night. Kings have managed to bring their walks down, just 6 walks tonight. Supposed to a bunch last night. That one sails high and outside. Tonight it's the Potters that have given up the free passes. I think 7 walks and 2 hit batters. And the Kings have done the most with their, I think, 4 hits on the night. And they have 5 runs up on the board. Breaking ball, no. I thought I heard something called, and we're going to get a balk, I think, called. I thought I heard someone call something, and I don't think that Morris stopped when he came set. He did not come set, and it's a good thing for Shane Miller, too, because that looked like a pretty good pitch. It's going to stay at 2-2 on Shane Miller, but now he's got runners at second and third. As the third balk, I think, tonight called on the Kings. You don't see that every day. You hardly ever see that at all. Miller takes high, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes on Shane. Lined on a hop, second base, threw into right field, a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes a second. He will score easily. There's the extra runs the Potters needed, and Shane Miller delivered them with a 2-run single, and the Potters now lead 9-5. As the balk works into play, moving Lopez into position he would score. Chris Fisher was going to score anyway. But the Potters put 2 more up on the board here in the 8th inning. They lead at 9-5, and that'll bring up Perrin Bland. Bland is fly deep to center, struck out, hit into a double play, and doubled. And he takes outside for a ball. Miller gets the lead at first base. Perrin takes a strike. 1-1. Brady Dobson, who came on for Aiden Diome, actually came in his spot. He took over first base, and Lopez went out to Aiden's right field spot, but Brady will bat in Aiden's spot if he gets a chance, and that one's outside with a slider, 2-1. Potters with 5 runs in the 7th and 8th inning as they were trailing it. That's high for a ball, 3-1. Three-one pitch. Bland takes strike 2. 84 from Davis Morris. And Miller will be going on the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs here. Swings and misses. Potters scored twice in the 8th, though, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. Potters 9, Kings 5.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Potters fans want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Top of the 9th inning, Potters 9, Kings 5. Matthias Michel coming on to close this one for the Potters. It will be considered a seal, as Evan and I call it, not a closing situation. He was going to be closed, but the Potters scored 2 in the 8th inning on the Shane Miller 2-run single. And now Matthias will face the top of the order, Blake Porter, Miles Clayton, and E.J. Cord. First pitch is to Porter. It's a strike. It's at 94 miles an hour. Matthias out of Yolo, California. And I believe it's official. USC is his next stop for the right-hander. Porter is 0 for 4 tonight. Hitting .358 this year. He fouls that one away. Takes a hack at a 94-mile-an-hour fastball and fouls it back. So Michel 0-2 on Porter. High fastball. 1-2 as Porter lays off that one. Blake out of USF is now 3 for 10 in the season series against the Potters with a home run and 3 runs batted in. He has 5 home runs on the summer. Breaking ball, call strike 3 outside corner. So Fisher is out on strikes, and that'll bring up Miles Clayton. Miles has flied to center and an RBI triple, an RBI single, and has grounded out to first base. So he's 2 for 4. Out of Santa Rosa Junior College, up here with 1 out and nobody on in the top of the 9th inning. Michel's first pitch is fouled off. He's right at that 94-mile-an-hour place that he established with Porter, and he comes back to Clayton at the same speed. 0-1 on Miles. He has 13 runs batted in now over the summer after picking up 2 tonight. Takes something off that one, misses the strike zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tomorrow, 6:05, these same two teams concluding this 3-game series, and then in 2 weeks from tonight, we'll see the West Coast Kings for the last regularly scheduled home game of the campaign on Fan Appreciation Night on the 25th. Line drive into center field. Will it stay up? It will stay up for Chris Fisher for the second out. So Clayton hit it on the nose, but hit it too much on the nose. And he will end the night 2 for 5 with a couple of runs batted in and a run scored. And E.J. Cord is the last chance for the West Coast Kings. E.J. with a couple of walks and then a couple of groundouts to second base. And so he is 0 for 2. Michelle taking his time, getting ready. And there's a slider that's outside and goes back to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes. LincolnPotters.com for tickets and information. Just 8 games remaining, scheduled games remaining on the summer schedule. So check out the schedule at LincolnPotters.com. Pick the game you want and then get the tickets. Fastball misses outside, 2-0. Some special occasions, as we've said a couple of times. Christmas in July, next Friday. Star Wars night and fireworks next Saturday. Fan Appreciation in 2 weeks. Got a Wine and Wiener Wednesday coming up on Wednesday against the Mudcats. Those are always a lot of fun. Hitting the left center. That is going to get down for a base hit. Fisher cuts it off. E.J. is going to go for second. The throw comes in and just not in time as Card gets himself a double. So E.J. Cord with a double to left center field. And he is out there with 2 outs, and Caleb Hendricks comes up. Caleb has popped out, walked, grounded out twice. So E.J. Cord on that one, 98 miles an hour off the bat. He took some of what Michelle was throwing him and turned it back on him. The pitch was 93. The going out was 98. That's just the 5th hit for the Kings in this one. This is now 8 Potters pitchers. Fastball is in there for a strike at 92. 0-1 on Caleb Hendricks from Cal State Bakersfield. Caleb comes in at .333 and does have a pair of home runs. Grounder out towards second. Bland to his left, has it, takes his time, throws to first, and that's your ball game. Michelle comes in and seals it, and the Potters win it. The final score, Potters 9 and the Kings 5. It wasn't easy, but they got it done. Going to shout out a couple of Potters. First of all, the relief pitchers, starting with Austin Chang. Way back when, Chang, Goebel, Riccardi, Aceto, Garrienti, and now Michelle pitched a total of, I'm going to say, 6 innings, gave up just 4 hits, 1 run, and they really held the Kings down after the Kings scored 4 runs in the 3rd inning. Also want to shout out a couple of guys in the batting order, the bottom batting order, and it's Kyle Pedersen, 2 hits, 2 walks, RBI, and 2 runs scored. So well done, Kyle. And Chris Fisher, the newcomer, sacrificed an RBI double and a couple of walks, and he scored a run as well. But with all that said, our player of the game with the go-ahead 2-run home run, he was 3 for 5. He drove in 3. Our guy from Gardendale, Ty McGraw, is tonight's player of the game for your Lincoln Potters, who improved to 10-8 in PEL play, trying to make that one better when they take on the West Coast Kings tomorrow at 6:05. The Kings drop down. They are now 8-10. For Mark the Phantom Lowe, for my buddy Evan the engineer, we say thank you very much for watching us, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.